Let's get the party started. Welcome to the Martha Bassett Show, coming to you from the historic Reeves Theater in Elkin, North Carolina, a home for music in the heart of the foothills. The Martha Bassett Show features national artists, local talent, and the music of Martha Bassett. Tonight on the show, we welcome Carrie Marshall, Nicholas Edward Williams, and Golden Shoals. It's a great night with some of the finest music you'll hear anywhere. Now, let's have a big hand for Martha and the band playing the Wanda Jackson hit, "There's a Party Going On."
Beefcake Charlie is a throw on a feast. Right around the corner down the road east, there's a party going on. Ooh, there's a party going on. We're gonna swing it, shake it, break it, swing until the break of dawn. Now everybody grab your Sunday best. Let's make it on down to Charlie's Nest, 'cause there's a party going on. Ooh, there's a party going on. We're gonna swing it, shake it, make it shimmy till the break of dawn. Yeah, yeah. So grab your shoes, baby, grab your make, and leave those dishes on the kitchen sink, 'cause there's a party going on. Ooh, there's a party going on. We're gonna swing it, shake it, make it shimmy till the break of dawn. You don't need a rocket to take you into space. Just bring it down to Charlie's. He's a saving you a place, 'cause there's a party going on. Ooh, there's a party going on. We're gonna swing it, shake it, make it, swing it to the break of dawn. We're gonna swing it, shake it, make it shimmy till the break of dawn. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out tonight. Amy Alvey and Mark Kiliansky. For Amy Alvey and Mark Kiliansky, the emergence of a brand new self-titled album also marks a rebirth of sorts for their band, Golden Shoals. 8 years ago, the duo was formed for a very unique performance project called the Massachusetts Walking Tour, on which they hiked 6 to 12 miles per day with packs and instruments and played shows each night for 2 weeks. The two semi-nomadic musicians, who have called Asheville, Boston, and various moving vehicles home for the past 8 years, have grown individually and as a unit, yet continue to find musical fulfillment in their collaboration. They now call Nashville, Tennessee their home base. Initially brought together by a mutual love of American folk music, their sound has expanded to include country, Americana, indie, and experimental influences, allowing them to move more freely beyond genre boundaries and with their songwriting while still emanating a deep understanding of old-time and bluegrass music. I am so excited to welcome them back to our stage. This is Golden Shoals.
I got a wandering eye and a heart to match, a pair of brown boots too hard to catch, 'cause I bought a new bike and it goes real fast, faster than the city's eating all my cash. But I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, even if it makes me broke. I've got people in places low and high, they're standing in my corner and they're getting me by. And I've got a man, he'll never be mine. He wants to stay friends and I can't decide, but I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, even if my heart gets broke. I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, ain't nothing gonna get me down. Gonna leave my troubles and worries behind, paint a new coat on the town. I got whiskey in my pocket and the band is hot, just stepping at the Double Crown. Oh, I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, ain't nothing gonna get me down. I've got the old time fever in a really bad way, got me picking and grinning and wasting my days. And this place has a way of wearing, so they say. The weather's getting warmer, so I think I'll stay. And I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, even if it wears my soul. I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, ain't nothing gonna get me down. Gonna leave my troubles and worries behind, paint a new coat on the town. I got whiskey in my pocket and the band is hot, two-stepping at the Double Crown. Oh, I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, ain't nothing gonna get me down. Chevy tank is full of gas and I'm fixing on splitting when I pack my bags. I got an itch and I know the open road can scratch. Ain't no telling if I ever come back, but I'm gonna live easy and have a good time. Doesn't matter where I go, I'm gonna live easy and have a good time. Ain't nothing gonna get me down. Gonna leave my troubles and worries behind, paint a new coat on the town. I got whiskey in my pocket and the band is hot, two-stepping at the Double Crown. Oh, I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, ain't nothing gonna get me down. I got whiskey in my pocket and the band is hot, two-stepping at the Double Crown. Oh, I'm gonna live easy and have a good time, ain't nothing gonna get me, nothing gonna get me, nothing gonna get me. Woo! Thank you guys so much. Oh man, we are so delighted to be back here at the best gig ever, otherwise known as the Martha Bassett Show. I don't know if any of y'all were here last year, but we were lucky enough to grace the stage back in 2022, and we're just so thankful they wanted to have us back. As Martha mentioned, we are based in Nashville, although Mark actually lives in Vancouver, British Columbia, so we sort of operate as a long-distance duo. The pandemic shifted a lot of things for many people, of course. Oh, you looking for your cable? All right. As you can see, we navigate a lot of instrument changes here. Mark is about to play the banjo on this next song. That first one was one that I wrote right when we sort of landed in Asheville, North Carolina, because we've called home many different places, and there's a great bar there in West Asheville called the Double Crown. Anybody ever been to the Double Crown before? Maybe one person backstage. All right. It's a great little country bar with a Western Swing Wednesdays and country karaoke on a Monday night with Hank Williams Shrine near the bathroom, and needless to say, I've done my fair share of tipsy two-step in there.
Yeah, well, we've been a lot of places. We started out in Boston and, spent that time in Asheville, North Carolina, and now Amy lives in Nashville, Tennessee. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, so we're long distance, but we're still getting together for a lot of tours this year and enjoying ourselves, and we're no strangers to the road. This next one is a song that I wrote kind of early on in our traveling days about different experiences that I had on the road, and the first verse is about the first time I went hitchhiking. The first guy that gave me a ride was a stoner, and the second guy that gave me a ride was a missionary, and then I ran into some bar owners I knew, and they were going to the same place I was.
I call that beginner's luck, Mark.
I think that's right. I did a little thumbing in Virginia. Lord, it was a real good time. We raised hell in Leesburg and rambled on a Winchester to see the ghost of Patsy Cline. The first right game you hit a ganja, the second got me high on God. I walked around the bend and I found a couple friends, and they got me there in no time at all. And there's coffee in the morning, whiskey in the evening, tobacco in the middle of the day. Laughing in the sunshine, crying in the nighttime, trying to sing my blues away. You know it. Now, down under girl in West Virginia, the sweetest girl that ever could be. And a goddess from Detroit came along and stole my heart, and I made a big old fool of me. I was driving up to Boston, Massachusetts, leaving Galax, Virginia behind. My liver prayed for mercy and my heart was even worse, 'cause he was busted up and broke down and crying. And there's coffee in the morning, whiskey in the evening, tobacco in the middle of the day. Laughing in the sunshine, crying in the nighttime, trying to sing my blues away. All right. Spent a sunny month in Montana. I sowed a lot of seeds in the ground. The roots began to grow, but before they took a hold, I had to pack my grip and skip out of town. It was 2 days from Bozeman to Chicago, 1,900 miles of rain. It was pouring from the sky and gushing from my eyes, and it flooded up the Minnesota plain. And there's coffee in the morning, whiskey in the evening, tobacco in the middle of the day. Laughing in the sunshine, crying in the nighttime, trying to sing my blues away. And there's coffee in the morning, whiskey in the evening, tobacco in the middle of the day. Laughing in the sunshine, crying in the nighttime, trying to sing my blues away. Yodelay-o, yodelay-I, yodelay. Thank you.
Love that joyful sound. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. I like that song. So you didn't talk about your third band member at all, Cecil.
That's right, Cecil. She, about 2 years ago, I adopted a dog, which is a funny thing. I wasn't planning on it, you know, they call that the foster fail, right? It's supposed to be a one-day thing, a one-night stand, if you will, and she just weaseled her cute little face into my heart.
She was with you when you came last year, too, I believe.
Yeah, she's a great tour dog. She's the perfect size, and she loves all people. She loves all dogs. She's very respectful of cats, and she's great with children, just like checks all the boxes.
So if any of you were here back in February, Amy was also here with Olivia Ellen Lloyd, so you might remember seeing her on this stage recently.
You can't keep me away, Martha.
Awesome. Good. Please stick around. And Mark, are you Canadian originally?
No, I'm from New Jersey.
So how'd you end up in Vancouver?
Love will make you do crazy things.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, my wife is Canadian, so I moved up there to be with her.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, and she's a midwife, and she's got a good job, and her family's out there, so I don't know, we might move back east again at some point. I'd like to, but for now we're out there.
Okay. Well, the way you guys are traveling, it seems like wherever you can make your home base, that'll work itself out.
Absolutely.
What else is going on with you guys? I know you have a lot of shows coming up this year.
Yeah, well, we've got some new singles that came out at the end of last year that we're really excited about. We're going to be playing those with the band later today. And we're touring my new home turf of British Columbia and Washington later this year, and teaching a couple music camps this summer, and we've got some more new songs coming out this fall.
That's a lot. Thank you. That's
It's
awesome.
enough, yeah.
Will you share one more song with us?
Absolutely.
All right.
As soon as I get this dang guitar in tune. This guitar is actually... Ooh, hello?
You guys might want to silence your phones if you haven't already.
Yeah, this guitar is new. It was built for me by a friend of mine down in Chattanooga. It's a beautiful little thing. His company's called Minerva Fretworks, and I'm just so happy to have it here. But we've been doing a cool little run with our friend Nicholas Edward Williams, who you'll see in a bit. And let's see, on Tuesday night we did a square dance. Last night we played like a really small, intimate listening room concert. And tonight we're on a radio show, so it's like you can't get any folkier than that, you know. Anyways, this is one from our album called, self-titled, Golden Shoals. We got a bunch of merch out there, so we hope to see you out there during the break. This is called New Friend.
Do you remember when you took me fishing? It feels like just yesterday, but that was way back in the summer, far away from this cruel winter day. We were fresh off of other encounters that left us feeling unsure of ourselves, tossed out like the trash. We found each other. We were crown jewels put back on the shelf. Your loving was kind and sweet-tempered, but the big road was calling my name. We said we'd keep track of each other without ever holding a plane. I did my best to do right by you. It seems like you missed the mark. It looks like you found yourself a new friend, and I found out who you really are. I've had my share of shortcomings. It's not the first time I've been left in the dust, but I thought that this time was different. You were someone I thought I could trust. I didn't think you could hit so close to home. You needed a fool, and I played the part. It looks like you found yourself a new friend, and I found out who you really are. And I took my chances when I let you go. I knew that you might somebody home. How could I expect she'd be my dearest old friend? Now she's someone that I used to know. Someday I will learn to forgive her. With you I'll make peace from afar. It looks like you found yourself a new friend, and I found out who you really are. It looks like you found yourself a new friend, and I found out who you really are.
Thank you.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Hugh Chatham Memorial Hospital. Hugh Chatham Memorial Hospital has provided high-quality medical care for the residents of Elkin, North Carolina, and the Yadkin Valley area for over 90 years. And they've recently expanded into Virginia, providing greater access for the communities they serve. A private not-for-profit hospital, Hugh Chatham employs more than 900 and is served by more than 70 physicians representing 27 specialties, delivering all of the quality medical services you and your family need to achieve optimal physical and mental health. Learn more at hughchatham.org. We are also proud to announce our partnership with 3 Trails, your boutique hotel steps from the Reeves Theater. It's located in the recently renovated bank building on the corner of Bridge and Main. It's 3 Trails, part of the Carolina Experience. These folks have designed 14 units with a modern flair, highlighting the building's architectural history. They also have a rooftop patio, and if you come to the Martha Bassett Show, you get 10% off your stay and free tickets. Just use promo code MARTHA10. Learn more at thecarolinaexperience.com. Now let's get back to the Elkin Reeves Theater stage with Martha Bassett.
Nicholas Edward Williams has been living the troubadour lifestyle since 2007, but luckily he grew up in a family that trained him for this by moving regularly around the country. Until 2018, Nicholas performed under the moniker Weatherman, that's spelled W-H-E-T-H-E-R-M-A-N, and released 8 full-length albums while continuously touring the US, the UK, and Western Europe. He had the opportunities to open for artists such as Taj Mahal and the Wood Brothers, and he cites his experience performing at the Spirit of Swanee Music Park in Live Oak, Florida, where he was first exposed to bluegrass, old-time, and traditional music as being pivotal in shaping his musical path. In 2018, he began working under his own name, and with a fresh thirst for learning finger-picking techniques, he dove in depth to school himself in the history of American music and its immigrant roots, from Appalachian folk, country blues, Piedmont blues, and deep-rooted Mississippi Delta blues, from the likes of Doc Watson, Mississippi John Hurt, and Elizabeth Cotton. His affinity for songwriting also grew and matured from an unfeigned love for storytellers like John Prine, Paul Simon, and Jim Croce. However, Williams has his own brand of satire, simple honesty, and vivid imagery. This is his first time on our show. Will you please welcome Nicholas Edward Williams?
Mississippi John, the song's still playing even when you're good and gone. Now that front porch picking is under that southern sun. Let it roll, mama, feed them fine and young. Play the one called Stagger Lee. Them blues ever pulled a tear out of me. Now that Appalachia, the Delta feel, said you make a word man sing like a salty dog in heat. Now how Mississippi John, the song's still playing even when you're good and gone. Now that front porch picking's under that southern sun. Let it roll, mama, and feed them fine and young. All right. Make me down a pallet on your floor. And boogie woogie came, baby, long before rock and roll. In that boy John Henry, he's a hard-working soul. That hammer in hand, when they died and passed on. Oh, now how Mississippi John, the song's still playing even when you're good and gone. That front porch picking's under that southern sun. Let it roll, mama, feed them fine and young. Let it roll, mama, feed them fine and young. Let it roll, mama, feed them fine and young. It's an absolute honor and a privilege to be here tonight. And I want to thank my buddies Golden Shoals for letting me tag along. That's how I got here in general. But the first tune was an homage to my guitar hero, Mr. Mississippi John Hurt, and kind of speaks on some of my favorite songs of his and trying to emulate his picking style as much as I can, which is a tough task to do if you've listened to Mississippi John Hurt before. This next tune is a song that I wrote after visiting the YMCA bathroom for the first time in Chattanooga, where I live, after becoming a member. And I hadn't really been a part of a YMCA before, and I hadn't especially been a part of a YMCA that was, I would say 90% 60 and up. And I don't know, fellow men, if you've in the audience, if you've been in the men's locker room, it's a strange atmosphere because everybody just lets it hang out all the time. I wasn't prepared for this. And in addition to that, there's a lot of mirrors. And so I got more introspective, let's say, about the mirrors. And after leaving there, I kind of took that sort of thought, as songwriters do, and went down a rabbit hole, and not in the direction you're thinking, I assure you. In the direction of introspection, of when I look in the mirror, what am I seeing? What do I look at? Am I looking at a past version of myself, what I think I used to be? Am I looking at a version of myself that I hope I am or am presently? And sort of the loopholes we can get stuck in that thought pattern as people and how we see ourselves. So a strange situation turned into a rather good introspective moment for me that led to this song, which is called Too Many Mirrors. It's too many mirrors. Oh, now who do I see? It's too many mirrors. Oh, now who do I see? Am I looking at the past or the present me? Am I right with all of my flaws? Oh, now am I right with all of my flaws? My personal gambles in my withdrawals. When there's too many mirrors, oh, now who do I see? There's too many mirrors. Now who do I see? Am I looking at the past or the present me? Well, now I can see a fellow not as young as he thinks. And I can see a fellow not as young as he thinks. He's still diving head first, thinking he might get a drink. There's too many mirrors. Oh, now who do I see? There's too many mirrors. Now who do I see? Am I looking at the past or the present me? Thank you so much. Well, in addition to writing my own material, as Martha sort of alluded to, a big part of my mission is preservation, because there's so much important history, musical history especially, that needs to continue to be played and shared with present generations and future generations. And the more music that gets made, the more that gets piled on top of, and especially through this sort of journey I've gone through in the last 5 years of studying music and studying music history, it's become so much more evident how relative and how important it still is today, and how people still receive it just the same as they used to. And this is kind of a funny song in some ways. Actually, that's not the right way to introduce this song, I'm thinking now. It's actually a murder ballad. But it is funny in the sense that I'm thinking of, which you don't know yet, and I'm going to get to that point. But a lot of these old songs today don't really stand up as far as the PC and the way that we talk to each other these days. Murder ballads, the way that they used to be written, wouldn't fly if they were written today. But the melodies are sort of they're archaic in a lot of ways, but they're so relevant today. And so these songs need to continue to be played. But my idea, instead of continuing to put out this sort of, let's say, patriarchal and machismo sort of tone to these men killing women songs, my solution was to flip the script and to have the man killed in the song. This is a well-known traditional song from the 1800s in Ohio. And back then, in middle-class culture especially, if a man proposed to a woman and she said no, then that man had a really hard time finding a suitable mate. And so men did some irrational things. Like in this song, this man threw his could-have-been bride into the Ohio River and let her drown. And this song is called The Banks of the Ohio, and you'll see the change that I made, I hope. And I'll give you a real good chance to listen by dropping the guitar out. Here's an updated Banks of the Ohio. I asked my love to take a walk, just a short ways with me. And as we walked, where we would talk all about our wedding day. And darling, say that you'll be mine in our home, we'll happy be. Down beside when the waters flow, far on the banks of the Ohio. Took me by a pretty white hand, walked along the banks of sand. She pushed me down where I would drown. I watched her as I floated down. Darling, say you'll be mine in our home, we'll happy be. Down beside when the waters flow, far on the banks of the Ohio. She went home about 12:01, thinking, Lord, what have I done? Killed my man, yeah, what a deed, because he hid all his money from me. Darling, say you'll be mine in our home, we'll happy be. Down beside where the waters flow, far on the banks of the Ohio, on the banks of the Ohio.
we would like to welcome Lowe's Foods to the TMBS family. Lowe's Foods provides our artist hospitality. There's no finer grocer, and they are North Carolina local. Lowe's Foods, your true hometown grocery. And remember, when you come to visit us in beautiful downtown Elkin, make sure you stop by the shops at 150 East Market Street, where you'll find Dirty Joe's Coffee, the Smoothie Station, and the Barkery, home of Melissa's all-natural pet treats. Scooter approved, by the way. That's our cat. The shops at 150 East Market Street, where you're sure to find something for everyone. The primary healthcare sponsor of the Martha Bassett Show is Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist. They are the gold standard of healthcare, and Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist at Davie Medical Center made the Becker's Hospital Review list of the top-rated hospitals for patient experience state by state in 2022. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, where innovation and compassion meet. What's next on the show, Martha?
As a young singer, Carrie Marshall performed across the metro Boston region, honed her songwriting skills while living in Nashville, but truly discovered her artistic voice in North Carolina, where she found her musical niche of jazz and blues. An award-winning songwriter with the UK International Songwriting Competition and North Carolina Songwriters Co-op, Carrie has been nominated twice for the musical score and theme song that she composed for the 11-time award-winning feature film Changeover. She even ended up taking home an award for Best Supporting Actress at the Love International Film Festival in 2017. When not performing, painting, or writing, Carrie is the musical director at Moonlight Stage Company in Raleigh, where she teaches voice, piano, and songwriting, in addition to programming musical events for Moonlight's Black Box Theater. She's accompanied tonight by Carter Minor on blues harp. Will you please join me in welcoming for the first time, Carrie Marshall.
Thank you.
Sometimes life takes you down, and sorrow, regrets, and shame seem to drown any hope, any light, any comfort that used to be around. But my child, just because you can see past the storms raging around you or me, doesn't mean we are alone. So listen carefully. Give to the winds your fears, hope and be undismayed. God hears your sighs and counts your tears. He shall lift up your head. Through waves and clouds and storms, he gently clears the way. Wait for his time, switch out the night and enjoy his day. Still heavy is your heart, still shake your spirits down. Cast off the weight, let fear depart, and every care be gone. He leave to his sovereign will to choose and to command. With wonder fill you then shall own how wise, how strong his hand. Waves of mercy, waves of grace. Oh, the deep, deep love of Jesus, vast, unending, boundless, free, rolling as a mighty ocean in its fullness, so found me, underneath me, all around me. Is the current of thy love, leading onward, leading homeward to thy glorious rest above. Take it, Carter.
spirits down, cast off the weight, their fields apart in this glorious way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That song was it was a medley of 3 different things. Part of it I wrote, part of it was 2 old hymns. The original, honestly, like, I'm a preacher's daughter, if you can't tell, and on stage with the preacher. So it's in the blood. But that original melody to that song, my dad used to always pick songs in minor keys, and I was like, Dad, this feels like a funeral march. So I just kind of, put my own little bluesy spin on that one. And I'm doing the same thing with this song. I'm not going to tell you who it's by until we're done here, see if you can figure it out. This one I did not write. I wish I did. But I put my own twist on this familiar song. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. The spring, smile is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. The beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Well, he talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man. You don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Oh, Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Talk with you, my happiness depends on you. Whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Please don't take him, please don't take my man. Please don't take my man, Jolene. Thank you. Thank you so much. Carter Minor.
Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you.
So where are you from originally, and how did you end up in
Oh, wow.
North
Originally,
Carolina?
I was born in Arizona. I'm another one who's lived all over the country. I've been around.
And what brought you to North Carolina?
Moved here for my ex-husband's job, actually.
Okay.
There's a story for you.
We're glad you're here. You have such a beautiful, powerful voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, do you want to tell these folks kind of what you've been going through for the past 3 years?
Y'all buckle up. You know, we all have our pandemic stories. That's why I started out with the song Waves, which ironically, I had released that song on Spotify in 2020, February of 2020, right before everything shut down. But in January of 2020, I got hit on the back of my head with some falling metal blinds and got a terrible concussion that I had to stop singing, I had to stop performing, I couldn't be on screens, lights, sounds, and everything. So the world shut down for me in January. Then everybody else joined me at home in March. And then I had a terrible allergic reaction in May. I've had COVID. Now, we all have had COVID a bunch of times, but I've had it 3 times. And then in September of 2020, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I finished the 2020 with surgery, chemo, radiation, the works, yeah. So that's been my past 3 years, but now I'm on the other side of it, y'all.
We certainly don't hear that in your voice. You sound amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And it's so good to have you on the show finally. We've been trying to make this happen for a little while now.
Yeah,
and she's been waiting very patiently. So.
Well, and you know, and I had a few things going on too, so it kind of worked out.
You did. Oh, so Carter, you're a pastor. So tell us more about yourself. You play the blues harp. You're a pastor. You live in Raleigh. Both of you live. No, you live in Chapel Hill. Uh-oh. Okay.
Well, yeah, I grew up in Chapel Hill, and Carrie, the other CM, I also got COVID and cancer at the same time. We've been paralleling each other, but we made it through. Yeah, cancer buddies. But she got blindsided also. I couldn't resist. But we met when she asked me to play on a recording, and then we just kind of hit off. We just kind of are improvisational buddies, and so I just wait to see what she's going to do and hold on. Isn't she great, though? This is wonderful. Yeah. That's all I got to say.
Well, if you will share one more song with us before intermission, we're going to have one more song and then take a short intermission.
This next song I did write before all my crazy, actually, but one of the things I really learned in my journey, and I'll talk about it a little bit more in my songs in the second set, but I learned how to find beauty in the darkness. And this song, it seems like as a songwriter, you write a song and then you find out later what it really means. You thought you knew what it meant, and then you get tested further. Isn't that life? But this one I wrote really as a lullaby for adults, because sometimes we need someone to say, you know what, everything's going to be okay. And so that's what this song is for me. Come and lay your head upon the grassy knoll. Here you can lay all your worries down, all your cares.
your tired eyes. I'll kiss away all your tears, bring peace anew as we wait for dawn to rise. Hope, weary child, will be yours again, shining clear and bright. After the darkest of nights of love comes the morning light. Joy, weary child, you will feel again. Trust my gentle song. I will sing you to sleep, guide you as you wake. You've known me all along. Come, weary child, come and lay your head upon the grassy knoll. Here you can lay all your worries down, all your cares unfold. Rest, weary child, I will stay with you. Close your tired eyes. I'll kiss away all your tears, bring peace anew as we wait for dawn to rise. As we wait for dawn to rise, surely the dawn will rise.
Thank you.
This is Carrie Marshall. And she will be back. Folks, it's intermission time. Please visit Miranda at the merch table and grab a drink, and we'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.
For the Martha Bassett Show, featuring Carrie Marshall with Carter Minor, Nicholas Edward Williams, and Golden Shoals. Remember, you can listen to us weekly on 88.5 WFTD. Follow the entire schedule. Listen to past radio shows and subscribe to our podcast at marthabassettshow.com. Now, let's get back to the Reeves stage in beautiful downtown Elkin with Martha and the band performing the Nick Cave song, Dig, Lazarus, Dig.
Up in the autumn branches, built from nothing but high hopes and thin air. He collected up some baby blasted mothers who took their chances, and for a while they lived quite happily up there. city man, but he couldn't take the pace. He thought it was like a dog-eat-dog world. But he went to San Francisco and spent a year in outer space with a sweet little San Franciscan girl. I can hear my mother wailing and a whole lot of scraping of chairs. Well, I don't know what it is, but there is definitely something going on upstairs.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself.
I want you to dig. Meanwhile, Larry made up names for the ladies like Miss Boo and Miss Quick. He stockpiled weapons and took pot shots in the air. He feasted on their lovely bodies like a lunatic and wrapped himself up in their soft yellow hair. I can hear chants and incantations, and some man is mentioning me in his prayers. Well, I don't know what it is, but there is definitely something going on upstairs.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself.
I want you to dig. Well, New York City man, LA, San Francisco, I don't know. But Larry became increasingly neurotic and obscene. I mean, he never asked to be erased from the tomb. I mean, no one ever actually asked him to forsake his dreams. He ended up like so many of them do, back on the streets of New York City in the soup queue. A dope fiend, a slave, then prison, then the madhouse, then the grave. Ah, poor Larry. But what do we really know of the dead, and who actually cares? Well, I don't know what it is, but there is definitely something going on upstairs.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself.
I want you to dig.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself.
I want you to dig.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself.
I want you to dig. Yeah, dig.
Lazarus, dig yourself. Lazarus, dig yourself.
Back in that hole. Well, that was fun. Will you welcome back Nicholas Edward Williams?
As an independent musician, you've got to celebrate what probably mainstream or larger musicians might scoff at, but this next song I'm about to play for you is a rendition of an Elizabeth Cotten tune called Shake Sugaree, and in my little independent artist world, it's hit about 190,000 streams, which is something to celebrate for me. Sure. It wasn't baiting you, I promise. But it's a song that she wrote with her great-grandchildren. And she essentially told them all, she gave them the chorus, and she said, now go home, work on a verse, and come back to me the next day. And I'm pretty sure her rendition has about 12 verses in it. And mine, I've pared it down to about 5, and I've turned it more into a ragtime feel. On the recording that she did, her granddaughter, Brenda Evans, sings, Elizabeth plays the guitar. If you don't know much about Elizabeth Cotten, and a very important Piedmont blues preservationist, was discovered by the Seeger family and did the whole folk and blues circuit in the 60s and 70s, was an incredibly influential guitarist to everybody from John Prine to Dave Van Ronk and Townes Van Zandt and many others. And she won a Grammy at 90 years old and is one of the most celebrated and potentially, in my mind, underappreciated guitarists of the last 100 years. You can applaud for that one. With the term Shake Sugaree in Chapel Hill is thought to have represented this idea of it's sort of a way to celebrate, even though you're kind of in poverty and going through rough times financially, and you throw some sugar on the floor, you dance around and makes a percussive sound. And that's how many other people like the Grateful Dead got their songs, by listening to folks like Elizabeth Cotten. This is my rendition of Shake Sugaree. Have a little song, won't take long. Sing it right, once or twice. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake that sugaree. And now everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my watch, pawn my chain, pawn everything was in my name. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake that sugaree. Baby, now everything I got is done in pawn. Chick on my bed, ain't got nowhere to lay my head. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake that sugaree. Baby, now everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my tobacco, pawn my pipe, pawn everything that was in my sight. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake that sugaree. And now everything I got is done in pawn. Pawn my farm, pawn my plow, pawn everything, even my cow. Oh, Lord, and me did not shake that sugaree. Everything I got is done in pawn. Everything I got is done in pawn. Everything I got done in pawn. Oh, now it's done in pawn.
So Nick and I just met today, and I learned all kinds of things about you. You make your home in Chattanooga right now.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you have a 2.5-year-old?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
His name's Arlo, Not actually named after Arlie Guthrie. It just was a coincidence that we didn't realize until we came out of the baby fog that you have as soon as you have a child. Yeah, my wife and I lived there. We've lived there for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. So, have you told these folks about your podcast?
I haven't yet.
And it's a radio show, too. Can we talk about that now?
I would love that.
American Songcatcher. I've been listening this week because, I just have learned more about Nicholas and stumbled across this amazing podcast that he does.
Thank you.
And it's also on WUTC in Chattanooga, as
Correct.
is our show, so we're like neighbors
That's
that
right.
way.
That's right. And it's also on WNCW in Spindale. So it was a project that started during the pandemic. It was a way to find another creative outlet. And I'd been sort of in this music history vein for about 5 years, and I didn't really sink my teeth into it until I had the time. And strangely, I was doing what a lot of musicians were doing during the pandemic of streaming and trying to make money that way. And so I was doing these morning coffee sessions, and I would play for about an hour around like 9 o'clock in the morning during the week. And a friend of mine was working in a 9-to-5 job and said he really wanted to listen, but he wasn't allowed to get on Facebook on his company's website or his company's computer system, and asked me if I would turn it into a podcast. Huh. And so I started chewing on that idea, and then before I knew it, I had this idea of trying to do more of an audio documentary style. I looked and there was nothing else out there, and as far as American roots music was concerned. So I started. The first episode idea was really just like, I'll put one song, in the background and I'll talk, and it was really boring. And then I started paying more attention to the podcasts that I love, and also the documentaries, and I started looking at Ken Burns documentaries a bit more intensely, and tried to use some of those same methods of capturing the time and place and an environment to give you a sense of what is going on, the storyline, to get you the motion. And then every time that I do an episode now, it's the human stories that are told. It's a lot of, it's a traditional song, or it's an artist in any kind of genre that was based around turn of the century up until the 1930s, and really just trying to get as much of that history as possible. And when you hear those stories about the songs of the artists, it gives so much more depth to the understanding and the love that you already have for them. So,
well, you're doing an amazing job. Please, everybody, look it up. It's an excellent podcast.
Thank you so much.
Can I ask a nosy question?
Please.
Like, what happened 5 years ago that you just changed the name you were working under and changed what you were doing?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I'd lived in several different vehicles up to that point. I'd lived in 3 different cars. I was in a Sprinter van with my wife at the time. And so it was about 7 years on the road. I was doing 180 to 200 shows a year, and just going back and forth across the country over and over again, and sometimes going overseas. And I was playing in Cleveland, Ohio, and I spent a lot of time growing up in Columbus. And my mom actually came to surprise me at this gig, and I hadn't seen her in almost a year at this point. And everything that could go wrong with the gig went wrong. And I short-circuited. I just lost it. And I stopped playing halfway between the show. I've never done this before, never before or since. And I went back to the hotel room with her, and we got some pizza, and I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I was at my wit's end. And after about a week or so, I realized I just needed to take a break and regroup. So I canceled the next 5 months of tour. And my wife and I fell into this job in Costa Rica. So we moved down there, and we lived there for almost 8 months. And during that time, I stopped playing music for a while, and then I started teaching to some of the local people we were working with, and sort of found my joy for music again, and realized this is something that I'm passionate about, but I'd lost vision, and I'd lost the sight of why I played music. And I just got wrapped up in the ego and all these other things that get attached with playing music and adoration. And long story short, I said, I'm gonna do this again, but I'm going to do this in a way that's balanced and has my best interests in mind and sustainable. So I decided to stop the Weatherman Project to sort of actually start anew, and that's when I started performing under my own name.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, I'm thrilled that Mark and Amy brought him along. I didn't know Nicholas, and they were like, we're touring with this great artist, and they shared his music, and I was like, yes, absolutely, bring him on. So I'm so grateful that you came.
I'm so glad that you had me, truthfully.
Please come back.
I will, yeah, I will.
Please share another song with us.
I'm going to have my buddies come up here for a tune. Thank you, sir. Maybe? So just earlier today, actually, I was with these fine folks right outside of Asheville in Leicester, North Carolina. And several months back, I had the pleasure of getting in touch with a woman who started a nonprofit to preserve Bascom Lamar Lunsford's house. And Bascom Lamar Lunsford was an incredibly important musician in old-time music, especially around Asheville, but more importantly, in the United States overall. And he did a lot of work in making sure that mountain culture was not seen as a joke, that it was taken seriously, that it got to mainstream culture. He was a big reason why Jimmy Rogers, he actually wrote a letter to Ralph Peer at Victor Records trying to get them to give an eye on Jimmy Rogers, right around the same time as the Bristol Sessions. And he did stuff like that for a lot of people. And when I heard that his house was finally being preserved and turned into sort of a museum of sorts, I sort of jumped at the chance to come into a field recording for the podcast. And I really wanted to play 2 tunes on his porch, which was kind of a famous landmark for musicians that came through Asheville. So we did 2 songs, Dry Bones, and the song we're about to do tonight for you called Wish I Was the Mole in the Ground, both of which were on the Anthology of American Folk Music, incredibly important for the folk and blues revival of the 60s. And one of the last songs that Bascom played for his mother before she passed. And it's all about a fellow that's in love with a woman, and he wants nothing more than to become a mole in the ground so that he can dig underneath the mountain that separates them, so that he can be with the one he loves. Wish I was the mole in the ground. I wish I was a mole in the ground. I wish I was a mole in the ground. If I was a mole in the ground, I could root that mountain down. And I wish I was a mole in the ground. Emmy wants a $9 shot. Emmy wants a $9 shot. And I come up on the hill with my $10 bill, saying, baby, where you been so long? Where you been, girl? I've been in the bed so long. I've been in the bed so long. Said I've been round the bed with a rough and rowdy man, and I'm never going back again. Let me let your hair fall down. Yeah, now let me let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down, down to the ground. Let me let your hair fall down. I wish I was a lizard in the spring. I wish I was a lizard in the spring. If I was a lizard in the spring, I could hear my lover sing. I wish I was that lizard in the spring. No, I don't like the railroad man. I don't like the railroad man. 'Cause a railroad man, they'll kill you when they can, and they'll drink up your blood like wine. Wish I was a mole in the ground. Wish I was a mole in the ground. I was a mole in the ground, I could root that mountain down. I wish I was a mole in the ground.
Let's hear it for Nicholas Edward Williams and Golden Shoals. The Martha Bassett Show comes to you from the Reeves Theater and Cafe, downtown Elkin's newly renovated landmark. Originally opened as an Art Deco movie theater in 1941, it was fully operational until 1977 and then became the Elk Twin Cinema. Closed for decades, it was lovingly restored and reopened in 2018. They have a vibrant lineup of artists all year round. On May 20th, it's the Reeves House Band 90s show. And on May 27th, check out Darren and Brooke Albridge. Please give a big hand to welcome Golden Shows back to the stage.
Golden Shoals Plus, baby. We got the full band behind us now, and we are so thankful. We came out with a couple singles this past fall, and we actually have them in a physical form, but only on vinyl. We released them as an A-side and a B-side. And this song I actually wrote on January 6th, 2021, and yet it continues to be relevant even to this day when a certain conservative news channel, settled a defamation lawsuit for $787.5 million. And just showing that, if you have enough money, you don't have to be held accountable, I guess. This is called Treading Water. It was said with such conviction that I almost thought it real. They said it'd be a landslide, so it could only be a steal. In my bed so peaceful lies a burden I can't shake. Every day I awake in the morning treading water. And out there all among us are some people out of reach. Facts are now opinions of the truth they want to see. And in their eyes they see me as a pawn that's being played. Every day I awake in the morning treading water. Ain't that river deep and wide, treading water through the lies? I can't keep my cool to keep an open mind. A mother and her daughter haven't said a single word, each wearing different lenses when they're looking at the world. And every night they argue for which one is more afraid. Every day I awake in the morning treading water. Ain't that river deep and wide, treading water through the lies? I can't keep my cool to keep an open mind. Doing my best to keep my head above the tide. True colors show in the darkness of the night. It's getting harder and harder to recognize the people I once knew. Oh dear mother, is that really you? treading water.
Man, that's so much fun. What a band. This is especially cool because when we were in the studio recording these two songs, we did it this style. We had a drummer and a bass player in the studio with us when we were laying down rhythm tracks, and I went and overdubbed a bunch of electric guitar parts, and happy to hand them off tonight. It's nice to hear what you guys have to play always. Yeah, how about this band? So for our last song that we'll do for you from the Golden Shoals catalog, this is the B-side of that vinyl. It's also, available on all the streaming platforms. It's a song about one of my favorite cities, New Orleans. I think it's the most important cultural city in the United States, just considering all the art and music that has come out of it, and it's really the melting pot of melting pots in the country. And but I kind of went down this rabbit hole of all of the reasons that it's so environmentally precarious, with the rising sea levels and the city is sinking, and weather disasters becoming a more frequent occurrence. And so, I'm thinking I need to put all my sources up online for this song, but I watched a lot of documentaries and read a lot of different things, and this referenced all of that, all the culture and all the science and everything. It's in this song, Ain't No New Orleans. Way down south in the land of dreams, where Lord Jelly Roll syncopated, where the Spanish and the French and the Africans mingled, but the Chitimacha antedated. Like the moss-covered vines and the tall sugar pines, the second line will make you sway. But the way we've been gone, it won't last for too long, and we will miss it till our dying day. So let the rich men turn to paupers, and the beggars to kings and queens. 'Cause I don't wanna live in a world where there ain't no New Orleans. The Mississippi roamed free for 10,000 years, and so did the buffalo. The French built the levees to keep it out the quarter, so the lower ninth was sinking like a stone. The river made the land a little while ago, just a few thousand years. Now if the banks of the river come up above the levee, I'll be drowning in a sea of tears. So let the rich men turn to paupers, and the beggars to kings and queens. 'Cause I don't wanna live in a world where there ain't no New Orleans. Do you remember Betsy back in 65, the meal in 69? The Gulf is getting higher and higher every year, and the water's getting warmer all the time. There was Hurricane Ivan in 2004, Katrina back in 05. There's another one coming, and it won't be long, and you'll be lucky if you make it out alive. So let the rich men turn to paupers, and the beggars to kings and queens. 'Cause I don't wanna live in a world where there ain't no New Orleans. Fat cats wanna go live on Mars and leave the rest of the world behind.
Let the whole damn show go down while the politicians squabble over nickels and dimes. Crying won't help you, your thoughts are worthless. Praying won't do you no good. When the Pontchartrain banks come up above the levee, baby, you got to move. So let the rich men turn to paupers and the beggars to kings and queens. 'Cause I don't want to live in a world where there ain't no New Orleans. I said let the rich men turn to paupers, the beggars to kings and queens. 'Cause I don't want to live in a world where there ain't no New Orleans.
Golden Shoals.
Hey, give him some more love. Golden Shoals. Would you all like to have a little sing-along with us? Yeah, all right. All right, you'll know this one. First, let me tune just a bit. There it is. Did you hear that, Lee? My friend in guitar tech is in the audience. Okay, are we ready?
Sing loud.
Old man rhythm is in my shoes. It's no use to sitting and singing the blues. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Feel like jumping, baby, won't you join me, please? Don't like begging, but now I'm on bended knees. I got to get to rock and keep my hat on the rack. I got to boogie-woogie like a knife in the back. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Get to moving, baby, I ain't lying. My heart is beating rhythm and it's right on time. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Feel like jumping, baby, won't you join me, please? Like begging, but now I'm on bended knees. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? is Reagan Mitchell on the saxophone.
The Martha Bassett Show is supported in part by Explore Elkin, your one-stop travel source for the Yadkin Valley and beyond. If you're looking for hometown charm, historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining, come stay a while in downtown Elkin. Elkin is the small town with a big community. So whether it's downtown events, music, hiking, or just paddling the Blue Water Trail, let Explore Elkin help you find your trail. Learn more on Facebook or at exploreelkin.com. Support for the Martha Bassett Show also comes from these fine downtown Elkin businesses. Mountain High Metals, the Elk Pharmacy, Yoga on Main, Coley Hall at the Liberty, Angry Troll Brewing, Yadkin Valley Quilts, the Wisdom Table, and Elkin's cutest little cocktail bar, Fruition. Would you please welcome back Carter Miner and Carrie Marshall.
Thank you.
Dream of Paris in the summer, walking down Ile de Saint Louis with you, a lady ringing in the tower, her bells bid the sunset adieu. The sand sparkles like wine as the street lamps flicker out of time, while the music, melodic music, melts your steps with mine. In the autumn, when the breeze is crisp and leaves are golden red, they are swirling on the sidewalk as we wrap our scarves close around our head. But your smile, bright as the sun, keeps me warm. The evening has begun, just like music, harmonic music, only we have sung. Da da da, ba da da. The sun keeps me warm. The evening has begun, just like music, harmonic music, only we have sung. I dream of Paris in the winter, when all I have are memories of you. But I'll be waiting beside the water, just cross Pont Neuf, unlock our hearts anew. Someday the pale pink buds will sing, blossom forth with fragrant offering, just like music, our own sweet music of Paris in love. Spring
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I wrote that song. I'm going to introduce my husband, who's going to come up on the stage and do this next song with me. But we got engaged in Paris 5 years ago, and so I wrote that song during the pandemic, during all of my crazy, when I was just staring out the window, remembering how lovely Paris was. So I encourage you all to go if you haven't been. And then, and we've been married 4 years now, and we got married, and then within the years, when all, yes, thank you. And this song, Monday Blues, is a fun one that I wrote with a friend of mine back in Charlotte, but it's kind of the he said, she said, when relationships can go awry. So not saying this is reflective of our relationship.
That's
but,
right. That's right, darling. That's right.
You ready?
I've got grinds in my coffee, yeah. Stain on my shirt. Car stuck in the driveway. Now I'm late for work. My woman won't stop nagging. Her stubborn heart won't bend. Lord, it must be Monday again. Monday blues are calling. Stormy skies are falling. I'm going kind of crazy, but girl, are you in? 'Cause the pity party is better with a friend.
Well, my man said he called me, but he won't pick up the phone. My soul is getting weary while pushing to the bone. If there was any milk to spare, well, my tears would never end. Oh, Lord, it must be Monday again. Monday blues are calling. Stormy skies, they're falling. Going kind of crazy, but boy, are you in? 'Cause a pity party's better with a
Monday blues are calling.
Oh, starry skies, they are falling.
Going kind of crazy, but girl, are you in? With a friend. Well, my bank account is empty, but my inbox is full.
Soul is getting tired of all this push and pull.
If she could only understand,
My heart is in his hands.
well, it wouldn't feel like a Monday.
No, it wouldn't feel like Monday
No, it wouldn't feel like a Monday.
again. Harbor, everybody. That's my man.
Oh, yeah.
All right now. Yeah. G minor. G minor, Carter minor.
Carter Minor.
Yes. Appropriate name for you, right? This last one I'm going to do for you is another song that I wrote during my cancer journey. And like I was telling you before, as I was going through all that craziness, you know, when it first started happening to me, before I had cancer, I just kept fighting and going, I was getting so angry at all these crazy things that were happening. And when I got the breast cancer diagnosis, I was like, I give up. I surrender. I'm just going to embrace the darkness. And I found that once I relinquished control, which I didn't have anyway, I found hope. And I found nuggets of light. And I really made gold my theme. Gold became my thing that I was searching for during that dark time. And that's why I always wear gold in every show that I do now, because it's symbolic for me of finding those nuggets in the darkness. So wherever you are in your journey, whether it's bright and sunshiny or you're just barely hanging on, look for that gold. I promise you it is there if you search for it. And this next song kind of encapsulates that for me. It's really about just embracing your story, whatever that might be for you. So here we go. You got a heart of syncopated gold, keeping time to the rhythm of your soul. So don't worry when the world around is cold. You keep us warm with your syncopated gold. You got a mind that's dancing round and round to the swirling thoughts, spinning to the sound. But don't worry when your dreams slip away, your syncopated gold, and the rhythm's here to stay. So beat weary heart to the music, move to the pulse of the drum. Feel, baby, feel your feelings. It means that you're not going numb. You got a heart of syncopated gold, keeping time to the rhythm of your soul. So don't worry when the world around gets cold. You keep us warm with your syncopated gold.
got a heart of syncopated gold, keeping time to the rhythm of your soul. So don't worry when the world around gets cold. You keep us warm with your syncopated gold. You keep us warm with your syncopated gold. Thank you.
Carrie Marshall, Carter Minor.
Thank you.
I want to dedicate this last song to all of you who are here in person, those of you who are watching on the live stream, those of you who have been supporting us all of this time. I love you and appreciate you so much. This is a song that I want you to sing along with, and I'm going to sing the chorus right now, and that's going to come back a few more times, so you'll know the words. This is a Lyle Lovett song. This has been an amazing day with these artists, and I'm so grateful to all of you for being with us. So can you please put your hands together for all these great artists? And the song is for you.
I love everybody, especially you. I love everybody, especially you. So if you feel lonesome, remember it's true. I love everybody, especially you. It's not the long lashes or the lips on your face,
And it's not your bosoms that time can't replace.
And it's not those long slinging legs on your feet.
it's your mind, the feature that helps me remember. I love everybody, especially you. I love everybody, especially you. So if you feel lonesome, remember it's true. I love everybody, especially you. I love everybody, especially you.
Thank you all for tuning in and to our beautiful live audience. Let's hear it for Carrie Marshall with Carter Minor. And Estes Tarver showed up. Nicholas Edward Williams and Golden Shoals. How about our fearless leader, Martha Bassett? The band tonight was Reagan Mitchell, Deshaun Hickman, Sarah Howe Miller, Russell Kelly, Pat Lawrence, and the mighty George Sluppick on drums. Our interstitial music tonight was composed by Russell Kelly. Artist accommodations are provided by Three Trails. Lowe's Foods provides our catering, and George Smith tuned the piano. Big thanks to the Reeves Theater and staff. Jeff Irving and James Brickey did the sound. Ben Singer, Nick Bassett, and Eric DeLager provided the video. Bevan Dyer managed the stage. Miranda Carr is out there selling the merch. We'd love for you to come out and chat with us. All of the artists are out there. The Martha Bassett Show. Good music for good people.